Hello everyone and welcome to the second part of the Blender tutorial. In this part we're going to do the texturing. Texturing can be done in a lot of ways, like texture paint or using the node editor. But we're going to just do the simplest way, but this way can only be done if you have proper reference images like these. We're going to basically just put the image over it. To do that, we first have to apply any modifiers we've put on any objects. So all the mirror modifiers. So that's it. It's best to keep the handles separate for now. That's easier to put them over it. Let's start with the door. We're gonna need to UV unwrap them. What that means is that we're gonna take every face we see and put them on the image. The most basic way is to just unwrap it. That will take every face and just put it on the image as a square, and that's it. If you want to see how that looks, then we're gonna need to apply a material, and in that material we're gonna put an image texture, and then we're gonna put up the image. Now it looks like this, because every face has the same image stretched over it. That's not what we want. One thing I do have to add is if you do want to use the reference image as a texture, you have to make sure that it's a maximum of 2048 by 2048, as you can see in the user guide. With that, a maximum of 2048, but always in the power of 2. So any of these, or if you don't want to have it squared, or you don't have it squared, or anything like that, you can also use other dimensions as long as it's at the power of 2. So keep that in mind. Now this one is squared and is also 1024 by 1024, if I'm correct. So yeah, how are we gonna put it correctly over it? Well, we're gonna go into edit mode again, and we're gonna view it from the front in orthographic view, and then we're gonna select every face we see. You can use just the singular click using shift, or use the brush or the box, whatever you prefer. And then you unwrap it by pressing U and then project from view. Now you can see that we actually have a door here. Oh, wrong image. This is the door, and now we can put it over it. So we're gonna start in the square, and this is basically the same as the cutting thing. We're gonna just put it over it correctly, like this. Just put every vertex in the right corner. I see that the screencast display is gone now, but these are all shortcuts you already know from the previous one. G for move, and then over the X or Y axis. The box selection. So yeah, I think that's fine. Let's check it out. And there we go. Now obviously we need to do the rest of it as well. As you can see now, only the front has been done. As for the back, we're gonna basically do the same thing, but with the exception of that we're not gonna cover the whole door. What I mean is that we're because we don't want the handle and the indents, so we're gonna just put it in the middle. still big enough to have a proper texture, but it also makes sure that we don't have the weird handle on the front, on the back, because that would be weird. That's good enough. Final ones you have to do. If I have to do some texturing on the side, which you can see, for example, I generally just move it, but I move it a set amount. So, for example, I just pushed it backwards one meter. So when I have to put it back, I can just move it again, and it will fit perfectly. We're gonna do the same here. Select the top ones. Best way to do it, if you want to cover both sides, you want to do the top and do the bottom this time. So we're gonna go into wireframe and then select through it. You have to select the correct vertex or face. Actually, it's the center of the face, and now you have the top and the bottom. So now you can project from view again. And we're just gonna grab this one. The trick when using reference images for texturing is to find the correct placement, so the correct location for every side of it, which you don't normally see on the reference image. So something like that. That makes sense. Same for the side. Wrong one. And we're just gonna use this side of the door. There you go, that's a textured door. Seeing as we have an actual handle, it's best to also remove this one. Now you can do it in Photoshop. That's the fastest way, but if you don't have Photoshop or you don't know how to use it properly, there's another way you can do it, and it's just take a different position. So for example, let's move it over to this one. Now this will make it look a little bit different, probably. Yeah, the coloring is not exactly the same, but I don't think that anyone will notice that when you put it in game. And that's something you have to keep in mind always. The smallest mistakes that you see while modeling doesn't mean that everyone will notice it and that it will be a problem when you finally use it. So let's put that one back. There we go. And let's do the draw now. We're gonna do the same. Select the whole front. I just noticed that that one is a bit broad actually. I'm gonna have to fix that. Let's see. Let's just fix that quickly. There we go. That will do. Project from view. As you might notice, the previous one I accidentally pressed project from view bounds. What that does is it does basically the same, only it stretches all over the whole image, which also means that you lose the aspect ratio. That's not what we want, so we're just gonna project from view. And we're gonna put it over here. Now you can try to use scale, normal scale, to get it as close as you can. And then just do the minor tweaks after. make sure that you're more inside the image than outside. So while this may seem like it fits better, it will also show in the black, and that's just not clean enough. So just make sure that there aren't any other shadows or anything in it. There, I think that's fine. We obviously need to add the same material, so we don't have to create a new one because it's gonna use the same material. So just select that one, and there we go. Now you could try to also remove the handle from this one, but I don't think it's necessary. We'll see in the end. If it's really necessary, then I'll do it then. But we're gonna have to do the sides and the back, so we're gonna put it. So we're gonna push it out again. And just do the same as before. Use the wireframe so you can select both sides. And just find the fitting one again. I accidentally pressed hide, but nothing Ctrl Z or undo won't fix. That's fine. Yep. Let's do the back side. I think we can just grab this one again. It's wood, and that's basically what we need. It's the back side of the drawer, so I don't think we'll see it a lot. Except for maybe in the animation. I got some ideas for that, but we'll see that later on. So yeah. Now as for the inside and the sides of the drawer itself, we're not going to be able to use any of these, but what you can do is put up a couple of samples inside the same texture with Photoshop, and then use those. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to basically select everything here except for these ones, because that's gonna be the rail. I'm gonna use reset here. That will make them go all over it. And then I'm gonna use the correct sample. Something like that. That's fine. Now I can always change the samples afterwards if I want to. What's important now is that you can use them correctly. To add a little bit of depth here, we're gonna model a little bit more and we're gonna push this in. Same on this side. I should actually just change these two to the other sample. That makes more sense. And there we go. That's fine for now. Can always change it later. Alright, so I changed it a bit. And did the final rotation as well. Oh. There we go. That's fine. There we go. Let's put it back. Alright, let's do the cabinet next. Grab all the front faces again. Project from view. And see if you can place it correctly. I think this is gonna work just fine. Add the same material. I think that's fine. As you can see, we also because of the front faces is also the back of the cabinet right now. So those are going to be drawers, but we're going to change that. There we go. That's the top and the bottom, if I'm correct. Almost. Let's grab the other door for the bottom for a bit of variation. Generally it just works if you grab something near the original location. So we're gonna do actually something you can't see here, but it will probably look something like what's here. That's fine. As you can see here, I didn't follow my own rules. I put the bottom one right over the edge. So now you see that little white sliver there. And we fix that by pushing it up so that it's inside. There we go. Let's do the sides. Now, as with the bottom and the top one, I think it's best to grab different areas. So for this one we're gonna use the left door. Make it as big as possible for the best possible quality. And for the other side we're gonna use the other door. Alright. Like I said, put it as close as you can to the original location. That will work the best. Go. The inside. Gonna grab the other one as well. Right, now the inside of the cabinet. Let's just hide these for now. Just gonna keep repeating the process over and over, because that works. Now, because it's the inside, we can easily just take it, place it all on the same area. So let's just grab the door one more time. And the back side. Let's do that one in 2 parts. Like I said, because it's the inside, we can just easily use the same thing. And there we go. Even though this is the most convenient way to texturize models where you have the reference image of, it's not always the best. I mean, as you can see, it already is lacking in quality a little bit, but for now it's fine. I might do an extended tutorial another time where I cover more advanced ways of texturing. But for this tutorial, this works pretty well if I may say so myself. So for now it's fine. I'm just gonna do the back. Now let's split that up again, because otherwise it's gonna be too big, I think, to cover it in one door. So let's just grab this side, put it in there. And grab the other side and put it in there. Now I think this is gonna look a bit weird. Let's see. Yeah, like it's really cut in half. But I think it's fine for now. We will see how it looks in game. If it really lacks quality, I will probably do it differently. But for now, this is fine, and we'll see how it looks. Do a little bit of cleanup here, because this is too much. Keep it all outside of the shadow. That's the most important. Alright. Now let's do the final texturing, and that's just the handles. We're just gonna grab this sample I've got here. Okay, and just select everything, reset it, and put over it. Add the material. And that's fine. It just has to be black, or sort of black, so. Alright, well, there we go. And that will do it for this part. Next part we're gonna do animating, and after that we're gonna export it. That I'll probably make that another part in itself, because it's a lot to cover actually. So if you like it, please like and subscribe, and if you want to support me, please visit the Patreon link in the description, and I'll see you next time. See ya!